Alright, let's get on the Ford Chevy truck. And the doors, on the bottom here. This is when I welded the patch in. You want to see the welds in here. You see the penetration that we had. Oh, nice. I probably put a glaze of fiber strand in there on top of that just to make sure we're watertight. Just scuff her down. A couple pinholes here, weld them up. Put a little Duraglass on them, fiber strand on them. Knock that down. We'll blend that in after it continues to set up. I sand this with some 40 grit when it's just half set. Saves a whole lot of time. Alright, we'll do more as we proceed here. Alright, we sanded these down. Oh, nice. On the inside, this is what I said. I like to cover that weld with some Duraglass. Press it in real tight, scuff her down. Make sure we got a nice watertight seal. A little bit extra here. I want her popping back out, so. Alright, I'll bring it back. Get pretty close to prime on these. So. Alright, I guess hopefully we'll be back on the Chevy truck here now till we're done with it. Most of these parts are ready to go. Ready for prime, grill surround, the front fenders, rocker panels and hood sides, running board. The hood tops, I've got a little work to do on those yet. The cab is ready for prime. The doors, we're real close right now. Talk a little bit about fillers today. Some guys don't like the old talcum powder fillers. You know, I've used them for years and I don't really have any problem with them. I think a lot of it is the way they're used. I won't doubt that some of the newer fillers are better than this. Offer less shrinkage, offer less moisture absorption. But if these fillers are used in thin layers, I really don't have any problem. I don't have any shrinkage issues with them. Spread issues, to me, as long as the gallons are relatively new, they're pretty decent. As they get older, and especially if you don't mix the gallon thoroughly every time you use it, you get settlement at the bottom and you get thicker as you use them down. So it's really important to keep the gallon stirred up every time you use it. Stir that gallon. So I'm going to give a little tip here today. I didn't video myself doing this. On these doors, I like to mix up a large spread, enough to do this whole area. It's enough to do everything, all in one time. It's just easier to get a nice level spread on them when you do them that way. Don't be afraid to do things, guys. Here's a little trick right here. This is a 4-foot roll here, aluminum. I use this as a spreader, guys. I spread a light layer on all of this. I put this down on here, and of course, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you here what I mean, but if you bend this down to the contour on the edges, you can see it lays all the way down. And then pull, guys. That's how I do. I pull that spread all the way down, guys, all at one time. Pull this over a couple times, you'll have a nice even spread, level things off. I say these doors have been sandblasted. There was a lot of waves in them. You know, you can kind of see what I'm talking about when you get one nice level spread on them. It makes for a lot easier sanding. So this kind of shows, you can see the surface here. I don't know if it really shows up on the camera, but pretty nice pull. Once this is sanded down, then might have to put, you know, just a thin spread here and there if there's a little spot or little imperfections or anything. But just kind of a little tip, guys. Don't be afraid to use different tools. You're not bound to use plastic Bondo spreaders that you buy. You can spread filler with anything that you have, anything that works out for you. So there you go, guys. The tip of the day here with me, things that I like to do. This aluminum roll. The filler will pop right off it. You can clean up a lacquer thinner, whatever you need to do. You can see this is an oldie, it's been used a lot, so. Alright guys, there you go. I believe I showed that trick, guys, on my 67 Impala when I was working on that, on the big long quarter panels, how well that the ruler spreader worked. So like I said, don't be afraid, guys. Don't be afraid to try things. Use whatever you have available to you. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Probably the last I have to do on these doors. This is the driver's side door. You can see the latch here. There's some great welds I have welded on. Looks like it's been pieced together out of 2. You can see right here. So I have to remove that. The owner brought me a couple more old doors here. This one looks pretty nice. You can see though what they do. They wear on the bottom edge. See this? Both of these are actually worn down there, so either one I use, I'll have to weld that in, grind that, shape that up some. But I'm going to take one of these off, probably off this old green door since it's the worst of the doors. It's rusted out on the bottom pretty good, so the red door is in pretty good shape yet. So we'll remove that latch plate, change that out to this door. Hopefully we'll be looking at prime on these pretty soon here, get her blocked out. The hood tops are the last ones I have to prep to prime. I think I showed these before here. Little crack, stress points where they mount. Get the focus, there's a little crack right here. And of course up here on the front edge. Crack right here. Have to weld these up. Other than that, they're in pretty nice shape. The sanding revealed where the little dings are. The nose here has been dinged a little bit, so we'll straighten that out. This one's about the same. Crack right there. That's kind of where we're at on those. These will be the last parts I have to get prepped for primer. As far as I know, this one I'm not going to do the finished paint on it. Owner's going to do that, so we'll get these in primer and everything blocked out, ready for paint, and we'll have this job out of the shop. I'll finish this little bit off with a little section on this. I'm sure you guys saw this thing in the background here. So before I get asked a bunch of questions, I've done a couple little videos on it. My old 74 Camaro race car. I'm going to do some videos on it coming up here. I got it out this year, took it to a couple cruise ends. So we'll do some videos on it, let everyone see what this one's all about, and maybe a couple of running videos of it. Alright guys, it's almost the weekend for me. Mine starts early this week. Went to the James Dean Car Show Ducktail Run in Indiana. So I hope everyone else has a good weekend. I know I will.